Ningguang challenges me? In Battleship, of course Ningguang won. Of course she did. She hangs out with Beidou. She's a master of Battleship. Good day, good people. It is another fine day in the year of the Zenith Toon Dave, Anomaly, the Anomalicars. Few know me as the man who's ready for a scramble. But, to most, I'm United States Aviator. We gotta determine who will be potentially causing some scrambling this season. Season 12. In the Danganronpa Hunger Games. Welcome back. It is Thursday, it is Ordeal, and it is time to declare your Season 12 tag team Hunger Games Agents of Chaos. And let's just go down the list first of all. We got all the teams who have not made it to the premiere so far. So far in the premiere, there's Boom and Gloom, there's Anthropology, there's Grand Scheme, Brute Force, Alice in Wonderland, and Unhealthy Obsessions are your top 6 teams. Every other team, oh, they gotta fight for their spot because the top 6 teams today will be going on outside of our champions Boom and Gloom, who are fighting for the rare block. But let's introduce everyone who's here today. First up at the top, we got the Mets. Headphone Vibings here, Shorty Sleepover. Do you remember Bob Squad 4? If they don't make it through the final time together. Watching the World Burn. Mama and Daddy. Seeking Justice, Friendly Fisticuffs, United Revolve 4. Unless they win. Or win the titles. The last time ever. Pinky in the Brain, Manga Mayhem, Offspring of Chaos, Beauty Sleep, Sugar Daddies, Concealed Blades, Royal Shepherds, Unhinged Commanders, Broken Braids, Final Gambit, Retirement Home, Himbros, Mathletes, The Trial, Accident Prone, Live to Serve, The Detective, Speak No Evil, Voice of the Voiceless, Pancake Palooza, Nothing to Report, Trapper and Trappee, Titty Typhoon, Fashion Forward, Rock, Paper, Scissors, Book Club, Bug Hunters, Community Maru, Baked in Blood, Well Traveled, Samurai Woman, Daring Devotees, Ultimate Hopes, One with Nature, Shield, Legwork, Romance is Dead, Magic Carpet Ride, Soldier of Fortune, Dance Break, Something in the Water, Lacking Compassion, New Era, Boom and Gloom, your tag team champions, Deep Fried Chicken, Promotion Pending, Sudden Slumber, and Affluent Progeny. And you know what this match is for, ladies and gentlemen. It is for the honor of being called Tag Team Agents of Chaos. There is a 5% chance that they reign chaos. They spin the wheel anytime the champions are present. And if it hits, it's a title defense. If it misses, it increases by 5% every single time until it hits. And when it does hit, it goes right back to 5% for the next time the champions appear. And the caveat that if it's a 3-person team in the Agent Chaos, if they cash in, all 3 members get inserted into the match. We saw it happen a couple times this past season with the Mets, who may have been the first ever trio to get it, even though that rule I think has always been in place. But somehow, someway, the duos usually get it, which is kind of shocking to me. But it is what it is. I don't know who it's gonna be, but go ahead, fantasy draft right here, right now. Make your picks. First, second, and third. If you had to fantasy draft 6 of these teams to go on, who would you pick? Your top 6, as well as who you want to see as your tag team Agents of Chaos, because I will pick right here, right now in the Hunger Games for first place. Give me Watching the World Burn. It makes sense, right? It just makes sense. Also, they still have their blue and red team monikers because, yeah, that's the last time we'll see it. And I surely didn't remove them. I guess I could remove them right now. Nah, yeah, just for memories. You know, blue team dominated, but red team dominated the finales, let's be completely honest. So let's see if red team, capitalizes one more time. Yeah, just one more again. I'm picking I'm picking Watching the World Burn. Give me Beauty Sleep for second. I think they've held the gold, and I think they kind of want it back. For third, Fashion Forward. And I think Junko's gonna do it. And no, I think Shiki's gonna do it. I think somehow, someway, Junko instills this sort of chaos in her partners. And I think it's about to rock again. And I think it's Shiki's time to shine. That being said, those are my picks. I know that you all have made yours in the comments because that's just what you gotta do. It is what you do best. Without further ado, though, it is a long game, so I'm not gonna dilly and dally, like minimal dillying and dallying. And I got plenty of time. Or I don't have plenty of time. So without further ado, I think we just gotta get into it. I'm just gonna reach down and get Asnir. It's not even gonna be anything crazy today. Asnir, how you doing? Thank you for cooperating because, we have no time to waste. Literally no time to waste. Let's get 2 good tosses in here. And he'll be back later. Let's just put this right here. Keep an eye on that, will you guys? This is the hourglass right there. It's Agent of Chaos action. Let's make him the most chaotic that we can. We'll resimulate just one time. Ladies and gentlemen, tick-tock. Let's see what unfolds. Let's see what happens. Let's go all the way down. And let's start this bad boy. Let's proceed and we will see. It is the bloodbath, and as the tribute sound on their podiums, the horns, they dot sound and horn bearers. If you do your best, do what you do best, and please sound the horns. There they go. And I gotta say, I'm always so proud of them. Always so proud of them indeed, but we got a game to get on the road. Starting with Crazy Echo Extra Large as she appears, and Sato, Fret, and Fuyiko. She approaches them all and tells them that she'll be killing them all this game with a big kick. The end, and Mitsurai engage in a friendly knife fight. Man, Mikon and Peko fall in love at first sight despite the circumstances, or is that the chaos that first was brimming in Mikon, still salivating over the champion, now Peko. Monokuma runs away from the cornucopia. Pennyworth sets off his podium a bit too soon and blows up. Oh, Pennyworth. Oh my god. Goodness gracious. Sumiya stays in the cornucopia for the resources. Ranmaru finds Ruka's corpse from a previous game. Ruka isn't shocked by this discovery at all. Shiro snaps Reiko's neck. Reiko, oh gosh. Jotaro grabs a shield leaning on the cornucopia. Jin was forced to come out of the deepest pits of the underworld for this game, and he's not happy. Juzo runs away from the cornucopia. Maki smashes Kai across the face with a brick, but Kai just shrugs off the blow. Teru runs away from the cornucopia. Kaede time traveled in from a past game, and her blue police call box. Ganyu runs away from the cornucopia. Cork runs away from the cornucopia as well. Azura takes a spear leading inside of the cornucopia. Marie takes a loaded shotgun from the supplies and fires it at Jack. Jack can see those pellets coming in slow motion, dodges them expertly. Izuru's spear Shuichi in the abdomen. Shuichi, you have just not been having a good time. Just ever in these games. Suzuki runs away from the cornucopia. Shinhe runs away as well. Kizakura takes a sickle from inside of the cornucopia. Rindo kills Angie as she's trying to run. Kaito finds a tuba in the cornucopia and plays it gloriously until enraged Sato rushes in and destroys him. Kaito. He should have known better. He should have known better. Shamir can't remember who they are. Gatekeeper tries to help her remember. If anyone can help, I believe it's Gatekeeper. Fat Togami runs away from the cornucopia. Shiki takes a handful of throwing knives. Gundam breaks Sayu's nose for a basket of bread. How could you? Midori watches with envious. Chiaki and Neku kiss before leaving the cornucopia. Yukiko begins to bully Reina relentlessly. Kazuha runs away from the cornucopia as does Dimitri. Shiba stays in the cornucopia for resources. A sudden urge of dread overcomes Seiko as they notice Taichi staring at her. Sarah kills Yosuke with a sickle. Tsumugi falls into a pit and drowns. Doesn't drown, she just dies. There might be water down there, maybe that's how she died, but all we know is that she ain't kicking. Kaito has dead up there, but Nagito receives a trident from inside the cornucopia. Maple, Ningguang, Noel, and Nekamaru share everything they've gathered before running off. Keiji runs away from the cornucopia. Mai can't help her. She can't remember who she is. Tiki tries to help her remember. I don't know if that's gonna work. You don't know anything about her, Tiki. Takemichi grabs a sword. Naoto finds an ocarina in the cornucopia. Rantaro wanted to kill her for it, but the warm sound warms his heart. He spares Naoto. Owen clutches the first aid kit and runs off. Momo runs away from the cornucopia. Setsuna runs away from the cornucopia as well. Masaru takes a handful of throwing knives. Ito gets carried away and challenges Monokuma. In response, Monokuma rips him in half. Yikes. Beat finds a turtle in the cornucopia and immediately brings it along for the games. Paimon stabs Akane while her back is turned. Kazuichi finds a torn photo of Ranger with the words friend scribbled on the back. Celeste rides into the arena on a unicorn? That's pretty hype. Kurumi ignores the games and goes looking for food. Kyoka and Leone have a competition to see how many Komodo dragons they can kill this game, please. Please, you two. When do you do it? Toko runs away from the cornucopia. Felicia begins to bully Xingqiu relentlessly. Lumine is possessed by Asner of the 39th dimension, watch out. Kuramata. Oh gosh, I don't actually know where he went. Maybe she is. Huh. Kurumada runs away. Gaius and Komaru try and find a way to escape. Shinyan runs away from the cornucopia. Rantaro runs away as well. Makoto sets out an explosive, killing Leon and Crom. Bike, Mahiru, and Joe work together to get as many supplies as humanly possible. Gonta runs away from the cornucopia. Yui throws a knife into Aether's chest. I don't know, Lumine's probably not gonna like that, Yui. Crazy Hoko runs away from the cornucopia. Mr. H finds Haiji's corpse from a previous game. Haiji's also not shocked by this discovery. Hisano finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Togami gets down on one knee, proposes to the Great Gozu. The Great Gozu actually laughs and continues to do so as he just leaves him there. I don't know if that was a wise idea. He's got money. He might pay someone to just like take you out. He might put a bounty on your head, the Great Gozu. Junko runs away from Cornucopia. Hifumi sets off an explosive, killing Kyutaro and now, rest in peace to the both of them. Turnip Boy smashes a healing potion over Mu's head, simultaneously damaging and healing her. Klee finds a canteen full of water. Miko, Yai Miko, is the elusive option 11. Yuta runs away from the cornucopia and sudden surge of dread overcomes Sonia. She notices Chisa staring at her. It's like their old and despair days. Ryoko forces Monica, who makes Monokumas, to start singing Please Give Me Wings. Kibo runs away from the cornucopia, as does Tenmyoji. Nane Achiaki grabs Pokemon Shield, landing on the cornucopia, I'll tell you what. Minamimoto finds a bag full of explosive. Maya realizes that dying doesn't mean anything in this endless cycle of despair, so she's gonna live it up this game. Kanji runs away from the cornucopia. Kotoko and Mizuki compare the knives that they found in the supplies. Inigo comes in with a spoon, gets laughed at. Chie grabs a machete. Minimaru runs away with a ladder and some rope. Hina severely slices Mukuro with a sword. Ibuki and Mishima decide to have a competition to see how many Komodo dragons they can kill this game, and Hajime grabs a honey glazed ham. That's delicious. The Raiden Shogun ignores the game and goes looking for food. So and Himiko fight Sayaka and Taka. So and Himiko survive. That's right, it's the year of the mage. So's a top-notch competitor. Rest in peace to Taka, but man, it's good to see Sayaka out of this one early. Edogar grabs a jar of fishing bait while Fischl grabs the fishing gear. Dojima and Nagisa immediately become friends. Ryoma grabs a backpack, not realizing it's empty. Beidou finds explosives. Yasuke acts antisocial. Natsumi breaks justice. George, his basket of bread is gone. And so is his nose. Backed by popular demand Tengen. I didn't know y'all loved him like that. Korea is sick and tired. So that's why he's not here today. Liko and Murakata compare the knives that they found. Oda has a spoon as well. Mondo and Daisaku wrestle over a bag. La Senora comes in, throws pocket sand at the both of them, allowing her to snatch the bag with ease. Kana smashes a healing potion over Hiro's head. I don't know if Kana's strong enough to smash the healing potion over all of Hiro's head and have the glass break. As Izuyoi grabs his sword, we will proceed. It is day one. We did lose quite a few people. That we did. But we got plenty more to lose. It would seem that Kyoko and Kana have come to a standstill in Tarzan's forest. Ningguang signs a petition to change American Yi-Ball to football. Ningguang, I still use you regularly. Please calm down with that. Don't do that. Sato makes a poem for Kizakura. Keiji decides to lend me a hand and kills a Komodo dragon that's loose in the arena. Klee asks for Mizuki's axolotl. Mizuki happily shows Klee an axolotl in a bucket. Who would have thunk? Noel's trapped in a box. Oh gosh, deadly poison every hour. Oh gosh, is she dead? Is she alive? Oh gosh. We gotta proceed. In fact, I'm going there right now. We gotta find out if she's... No, we're not gonna do that yet. Miyamoto defeats Mishima in a fight but spares his life. Leone works at Yoko's, which happens to be hiring. Maki is terrified when Tengen goes to a job interview for it. Goodness gracious. Midori cleans the kitchen with his new kitchen gun. Mondo builds a snowball containing a rock, pegs it to the back of Miko's head. She doesn't survive the impact. Crazy Yoko Extra Large confides in Mikon. Nagito throws sand in the eyes of Paimon, runs off. Liko, vicious. Chie catches the bears, these parts, starts posing dramatically. Monica starts writing a novel. Will she ever finish it? Tenmyoji, Momo, and So are all in a anything goes pancake eating competition. You know who eats the most pancakes? I'm not surprised. In fact, I'm just proud. It's Momo. Hey, get in there. Get in that match, Mama, and win that whole thing. Win that whole thing. I believe in you. I sure do. Junko encounters a fruit bat who immediately takes a liking to her and joins her side. Izuru finds the right half of Celeste's body. That's not good. That's not good. I don't know who did that. Luma and Fuyuko Sayu and Inigo raid Haiji's camp while he is hunting. Hisano, Kazuichi, Rantaro hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. I show up because you know what? I want to look Kazuichi right in the eyes and said, you didn't deserve that one at AV Mania. You slapped me twice and it hurt and I couldn't get back up, but the ref also cheated. I don't care. Plus ratio. Get out of here. I'm getting out of here. Mitsurai's unknown sponsors Raid Shadow Legends. Bike, Nana Echiaki, Hajime receives 4 cards evaluating their performance this game. Bike gets an A, Nana Echiaki gets a C, and Hajime gets a big fat F because he hasn't gotten his wizard robe. He hasn't gotten it. Sumiya does Sumio things, which means she's stumbling and falling all over the place. Ruka takes a sip of tea, but the scalding hot liquor proves too much for her. Spits it out into Nekamaru's face. Makoto buys AV merchandise from AV's Wares and Despairs. Owain is stronger than he appears, you're dang right he is. Ryoma throws a cup of coffee at Crazy Yoko. The scalding hot liquid kills Crazy Yoko. Reno confesses his love for Kazuha, which I can't really imagine him saying, says, cool, see ya, homie, and leaves. I'd love to hear that. Mew discovers a river. Terra discovers a cave, and George and Daisaku kiss underneath the mistletoe. It is not that time of the year, but you know what? We are slowly but surely getting towards the fight before Christmas, because I'll be frank, what day does this come out on? Oh, it's actually already fall! Yeah, I'm recording this really early, so my concept of time for when this is coming out is kind of crazy. But it is the 22nd. Happy already autumn! Kaide's phone rings, there's no caller ID. When she picks it up, it's just Kiba on the other line insulting her. Tiki bashes Monokuma's head against a rock several times. Avi, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like Turnip Boy? He's got a sequel coming out. I did enjoy the first game a whole lot. 8. I really like Turnip Boy, I really do. Hifumi joins the Balloon Protection Squad. Kurumada stabs Marie with a sword, revives them with his wish ring, repeats the process until the wish ring burns his hand. Marie runs off, thankfully still alive. Gaius reaches hand towards the screen, the watcher's in safe run. Beidou questions Juzo's sanity. Gozu writes a novel, will he ever finish it? Oh, the Raiden Shogun! Deep breath in. From the diaphragm, do I actually have this on the, yeah, I do. From the diaphragm. Deep breath. Oh, Raiden! Don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world famous tag team champs and feel the power. It's boom and gloom. Yes, it is. Bullying Arena? Not cool, Dojima. Kamaru has drip. Sony sets up an ice cream shack, but nobody comes. Beat collects fruit from her tree. Jotaro makes a poem for Kai. Gonta receives a knife from an unknown sponsor. Xingqiu is writing a Danganronpa remake where Azure is the protagonist. Xingyan. First of all, Xingqiu writing something. Brilliant. Love it already. Azure the protagonist. Xingyan the antagonist. And Fat Togami the mastermind. I could see it working. The one thing that's a little weird to me is Xingyan being the antagonist. I think she's got the look for it, but I don't think she has the, her personality for it. Unless Azure is being all mopey and it's like a friendly antagonist. I don't know. Gundam is not funny, I'm sorry, Gundam's hilarious. I'm not even finishing that one. My attempts to massage Izio's shoulders, but accidentally ends up strangling him instead. Goodness gracious, my. Still love you though. Yuta receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Togami is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Yukiko starts planting seedlings in her garden. Neku throws a knife into Shiki's chest and, well, That was my pick, so we're not going to talk about that so much, right, you guys? Everyone? No? No? Okay, great. Oda's the best in the world. Fischl was being a clown. AV forces Felicia work at the arena supermarket. AV's wears and despairs as a cashier after becomes understaffed Shinha. In the end, thinks it's a great opportunity to score free food from her. Satsuna hunts down over the tributes. Shiba asks if Hiro likes boats. Hiro says no. Joe, Chisa, and Jin. Or Gin, rather. Fair. Join the Adventurers Guild and are assigned roles based on their stats. Joe is a righteous knight. Chisa is the wise and wizard, and Gin is a janitor. Huh. Ganyu chases Mai around with a mace. Chihiro throws a pebble in anger, but that's the ultimate, and that pebble causes a landslide, taking out Ranger, Mahiru, and Seiko. Shamir discovers a river. Natsumi uses a spell to suck the intelligence out of Dimitri. The spell fails to work because there's nothing to suck out Peko. Is so excited about her super weapon that will take over the arena that she wrote a song about it. Fret wishes for immortality, and is probably disqualified for cheating, actually. Disqualified. Nagisa diverts Mr. H's attention and runs away. There's a lot of people in that event. Genocide Jack and Hina track down and kill Takamichi. Karumi receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. The gatekeeper works for both Avi's and Yoko's because he is in extreme debt. Kanji discovers a river. Edelgard makes a tier list of all the tributes. Himiko is S rank. Sarah's A rank. Taichi's C rank, Azuki's F rank, and Masaru didn't even make the list! La Senora hands Kotoko and Minimaru an invitation to her birthday party. They both tear up the invitation before her very eyes. It would seem that Munakata and Toko have come to a standstill in Tarzan's forest, Yurioka. Naoto and Yasuke hold an intervention for my darts addiction. It doesn't exist. Ibuki gets a hold of my soundboard and closes off this day with a little bit of Ben 10. Oh. I guess it was a 1. Oh, the timer ran. Who would have thunk? Well, good job, Ibuki. Right on time, I guess. Goodness gracious. He's been 10. And we'll finish the rest of this run. Maru beats Maple with a steel chair. Yui uses the seesaw effect to kill Chiaki. And Quark wakes up from a long, long nap. The chaos wasn't too strong in this one, but we still did lose a strong number of competitors. A solid 30. A multiple of 10. And a Claire de Lune. 4. Pennyworth, Reiko, Shuichi, Angie, Kaito, Yosuke, Samugi, Ito, Akane, Leon, Krom, Aether, Kyutaro, Nao, Mukuro, Sayaka, Taka, Karia, Miko, Celeste, Crazy Yoko, Monokuma, Izuyoi, Shiki, Ranger, Mahiru, Seiko, Fret, Takamichi, Chiaki. And we had a ton of people, and we still do. 126. It's gonna be a big fight feel, and it is going to be a massive match, so we are just going to do a slow scroll and we're gonna proceed. Look at all the folks left, but just know, once we get to like, I don't know, 75, for a second there I thought United We Fall was already out. Not yet. Mitsurai is holding on for hope, at least for his very first win. Will he get it? I don't know about that one, but as you see, I don't know if any team is completely out. There might be. If they are, I missed them already. But none of these teams down here are completely out. So we got a fight on our hands, and let's continue that fight by proceeding to day, night 1. That's right. Apartment complex? Really? Paimon finds it quite simple. Part of me expects Paimon to be the character who says that and doesn't realize it's a joke. Kanji, Maki, and Fuyiko perform a fatally glorious air combo on Gaius. Rest in peace to him. Despite Ganyu's constant, desperate begging, Mr. H decides to leave for campsite Ruka. Tries to use some of the fireworks she found to distract Monica and Lumai, but accidentally blows everyone up in the process. Well, I'll be. Kai discovers Xingqiu hanging upside down from a telephone pole. Nobody knows what happened, but Xingqiu certainly isn't alive to tell the tale. Huh. I guess the fog rolled in. I'm sorry, George wants Avi to give Sayaka a chance. No! Ranmaru and Sayu get onto a balcony, watch the stars together. Anyone else's hand's a microphone is just a microphone, but in Chihiro's hand, it's a pipe bomb. Nanacheki slices at the eyes of Haiji. He's now blind. The end in Kurumi, the rest of this event is not welcome in a school environment. The ghostly howls of Inigo, of wolves wake Inigo up, not of, someone's gonna, oh man. Every time I have a slip of the tongue, somebody rushes in. Someone rushes in and says this is an event that we need. The ghostly howls of player 1 wakes up player 2 probably. It's going to happen. It's gonna be in there. I'm gonna see it. I'll still be in town when this one premieres, so I'm gonna see it probably as it pops up. I'll probably be rendering or something, some last minute rendering, but goodness gracious. Kiba was bitten by a black mamba. I didn't know that would really, I didn't think that would affect him. KG has some anti-venom and is able to save Kibo's life. Dimitri reminisces about the year of the horizon. Joe buys every single version of Uno from AB's version of Space Genocide. Jack finds a big red button, decides to leave it be. Beidou sets up an outdoor generator, space heater, and floodlights. Ningguang challenges me? In Battleship? Of course Ningguang won. Of course she did. She hangs out with Beidou. She's a master of Battleship. Yasuke dies of dysentery. Yukiko gets mad because Junko tells Kana to count how many sand particles there are on the desert. Why is there a desert in the arena in the first place? Gosh darn it. Junko would tell Kana to do that, and Kana would start counting, and Yukiko probably would get mad at her for it. I don't know why this feels so accurate, but I believe that to be an event between those three. Gundam submits an application to join the squad, but Grey Gozu snatches the application out of his hand and rips it up. Setsuna gets a hold of AV's soundboard, starts to play something absolutely glorious. Hold on, let me do that again. Something absolutely glorious! You're dang right she does, but let's proceed. Beat kisses his homies Felicia, Nagisa, and Klee goodnight. Delightful. Kizakura somehow magically teleports himself to the elusive 13th month, D-September. This ends up being the end of them, as the gods they don't recognize D-September as real. It's fantasy. And now Kizakura is too. Komaru sees a shooting star and wishes the official didn't exist. Come the morn, official slowly fades out of existence. Yui thinks she is the protagonist. In actuality, Mew is the protagonist, and Yu is the quirky comic relief character. Tiki's allergies keep her up all night. Sonia, fall time allergies. Man, Tiki, oh man. I'm sorry, girl. Sonia throws what they think is a Molotov at Shiba. Turns out the Molotov is just a rag, it's not even on fire. Nagito, Nekomaru, and Izuru ambush Chie, but Chie is able to fend them off using only a broomstick and her sweet kicks. Tengen sets up a few more traps, before returning to camp for the night. Liko fends off Maple, Hina, and Maria away from his fire. Jotaro finds a Deva, befriends it. Pinky hits Yuta with some sweet chin music. She wants to be in the fight before Christmas, I'll think about it. Turnip Boy makes hot stew for the dinner before bedding down for the night. I'll really think about that, Pinky. Hold on, let me like jot Pinky's name down, because I'm plotting for that already. It's a lot of plotting, and you guys will have a pretty significant hand in like a good part of the plotting this time around. Azura refuses to leave an injured Juzo's side, so is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Pekko sets up an outdoor generator, space heater, and floodlights apartment complex. Really, Kyoko finds it quite simple. Kaie Day receives yakiniku from an unknown sponsor. Maya starts a fire. Shinyan challenges me in Battleship? Of course Shinyan's gonna win. She knows Beidou too. And Beidou's great. I'm not just, my Battleship skills aren't rusty, what are y'all talking about? Masaru begs for Terry to kill him. He reluctantly obliges, killing Masaru. Rest in peace, the gatekeeper ain't afraid to know his ghost, but Kazuha's actually fairly terrified by some ghosts. He's a little, I mean, I feel that. Ghost is spooky. Owain's obnoxious knowing murders Shinha. Noel and Gin unable to sleep. Maki grabs Katoko by the throat. What? Don't do that. Maki, you're supposed to be babysitting or something. Neku chases Natsumi, Kazuichi, and Ryoma, trying to enforce a curfew. Munakata. This already happened today, but I'll tell you what, it's still absolutely glorious. You're dang right it is! But let's go ahead and let's proceed, because Vike and Mizuki have a scrum debate with Hiro, Crazy Culture Legend, Raiden over who is better, the squad or the entourage. Well, the answer, it is obvious here, baby. Boom! Leone sends Chisa to jail for Mew-like behavior. Ibuki sings a romantic song to Oda, how sweet. Dojima, Mishima, Tenmyoji, and Hisano track down and kill Minamimoto Hifumi. Daisaku and Hajime enter a scrum debate with Makoto. La Senora and Ryoka, they argue over who the best girl in Danganronpa is. Sumiya finds a special charm allows her to transform into a magical girl. It's time to fight some evildoers, Rantaro and Kuromato cuddle together for the night. As soon as Rantaro falls asleep, Kuromata stabs. How could you, Kuromata? Taichi, Sarah, and Minimaru enter a scrum debate with Mikan, Reina, and Rindo. They argue over who the best starter is. Mitarai's ultimate move is fully charged. Fatsugami introduces Sato and Himiko to his imaginary friend. There's nobody there. not a soul. Mai finds a dark navy in the arena, befriends it, and then sticks it on Quark, killing him. Toko edits the description of this video. Don't you dare, Toko. I've stopped so many people before. No one's been able to do it yet. Don't you dare, Toko. Don't you dare. Please. Now Toko commits tax evasion. Midori, Mondo, and Togami start fighting, but Mondo runs away, is dead. He kills Togami. Gonta grabs a kitchen knife. I hope it's for self-defense. Didn't someone give you a kitchen knife during the... Did you find one during the bloodbath? You have a knife already. Are you collecting? Shamir sneaks into the back rooms of Yoko's, but unknowingly gets seen by Edelgard, an employee of the store, who locks the door behind her. We proceed to day 2. As Crazy Yoko Extra Large wakes up from a long nap. Ganyu works for AVs and is sick and tired of so many people defecting to Yoko's that she burns it down. Luckily, Yuta, who works there, brought insurance last week. Ganyu screams in agony. So do I. Oda, Mizuki, and Sarah hold an intervention for AV's darts addiction. I didn't show up. Oda has addictions that we need to talk about and discuss. Sarah is a master manipulator, and Mizuki... I mean, I guess I trust you. You're the most... yeah, I guess you're the most trustworthy of the three. Kotoko rests in a fruit tree. Nagisa, Jotaro, Shiba all hold an intervention for me. For my pancake addiction. Which doesn't exist. And I don't think they exist either. They don't think it exists either because, you know, they give me a bunch of pancakes instead. And you know what? First and foremost, my employee of the month. My employee of every month at this point, Nagisa. Jotaro, tag team, the man who owns tag team action, and Shiba. Y'all get in that World Pancake Championship match. Good on you. Good luck. Azura and Hajime have a picnic on a cliff. Surprisingly, nothing goes wrong. Even if it did go wrong, Azura is a cliff diving pro. Hajime receives medical supplies from a serious man dressed as a wizard. Himself? Who would have thunk? Nagito decides to lend Avi a hand and kills a Komodo dragon that's loose in the arena. However, Bike sees and kills Nagito in a fit of rage. Klee finds the Infinity Gauntlet but doesn't have the Infinity Stones with it, so she just beats Keiji to death with it. Klee's a terrifying child out here. Also, I think Klee was my first 5-star. Thinking all the way back. Yeah, Klee was my first 5-star. I don't think I've ever sat down. I kind of thought about this not too long ago. Klee was definitely my first 5-star. In that regard, Klee and I actually go way back. Huh. Naoto kills So with a sickle. Turnip Boy plays... and Chihiro play tic-tac-toe on an image of Fuyuko's forehead. Why? Why y'all doing that? Kanji drives up to Maki Doms, wants to get an ice cream cone. Unfortunately, the ice cream machine is working. How lucky. Maple exclaims not the Naegis for no reason in particular. Edelgard eats cheese puffs. Leone receives a bottle of poison from an unknown sponsor. Tiki receives an Itsira, gift from her secret Myra. Oh god, that's repulsive. That's nasty. The Raiden Shogun fishes. Dojima, Makoto, and Shinyan receive report cards evaluating their performance. Dojima gets the A, Makoto gets the C, Shinyan gets that big fat F. Teru spends the whole day walking around in shoes made of Legos. He's transcended beyond humanity. He's already so powerful. He's gonna win gold again, you better believe it. Jack, Minimaru, Kana corner Daisaku, about to kill him. He pulls out a grappling hook, gets out of there. Dead. He overpowers Fat Togami and kills him. He's on a little bit of a roll. Y'all better be careful. Inigo and Juzo work together to toss Shamir's items in the lava. Izuru commits Sora. George wakes up from a long nap. Ibuki sets up an ice cream stand. Hina actually joins as her faithful assistant. Sumiya begs for Ranmaru to kill her. He refuses, keeping Sumiya alive. Liko feigns death, tricking Mai into ignoring him. Gonta puts cat ears on Gundam. He's very embarrassed about this. Are you though? Should you be? Kibo freaks out completely upon seeing a painting of dogs playing poker. Tenmyoji plays patty cake with Reina. You know what? I'm confused, but it's all good. Nekomaru finds a magical staff brimming with arcane energy using a spell of his own making. He kills Junko. That's some squad-on-squad violence, but we're not going to talk about that. Gatekeeper wonders what events are canon to the Danganronpa Hunger Games lore. Himiko sleeps the entire day away from everyone else for a moment. Kazuha thought he saw Jonko in Omama. Obviously, he's just seeing things, right? Sonia and Setsuna are sitting in a tree, KSSING. Chisa investigates the school grounds looking for clues. Kaede impales Dimitri with a machete. Goodness gracious, Kaede. Gin sleeps the entire day away from everyone else. Yukio breaks the fourth wall and compliments you in particular. You, yes you. She said, you know what? I might be throwing fans, but I think the real fan out here is you. The best fan out here, that's you. That's what she's saying to you right now. Taichi starts a cult. Tengen, Sato, Great Gozu, and Marie happily join. That's secretly a very powerful entourage of members for your cults. That's rather worrisome. Mew spends a date ticket on Ryoko. Sayu dyes her gold. I mean, that's not a bad look. Kai convinces Pinky to climb into a hydraulic press and then crushes her to death. Kurumada isn't crying, he's sweating from his eyes. Avi confuses Beat for Hilda. I mean, look. They both and don't enjoy doing schoolwork. They both have siblings that are looking out for them. Honestly, they gotta be the same character, am I right or am I right, Vi? And Mitarai hunt for other tributes. Asnir is named one of his children after Noel. I mean, I'll pick one of them. One of them will be Noel. That's fine by me. We'll proceed, though, as Kyoko hangs up mistletoe in the arena. Beidou falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Kazuichi attempts to massage Fumi's shoulders, but actually ends up strangling him instead. Natsumi and Felicia grievously injure each other. In order to survive, they have to nurse each other back to health, which Felicia's probably pretty good at. Natsumi, I don't know how much I trust it. Ryoma thinks that I have an addiction to getting new addictions. He's wrong. He's wrong. Peko actually blurts out the fact that she likes Mikon in a non-platonic way. Mikon accepts the confession wholeheartedly. You two are having a lot of interaction. Does Mikon like you? Or does she like your title? We'll have to wait and see. Mama, Maki, Chie are joining that adventurers guild. Mama is the righteous knight, Maki is the wizard, and Chie is the janitor. Komaru uses her secret technique, running away. Hisano discovers a cave. Mr. H asks Ningguang if everything is okay. Owain somehow managed to delete La Senora, Mondo, and Hero from existence while just saying just Owain, you're dang right. Joe, Munakata, Toko hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. I show up and say don't care, didn't ask, plus ratio, toodaloo. Mishima confesses love for Shinha. Shinha is like, you know, cool, see ya homie. Also another character who I'd be like, you know what, I can't imagine them saying that, but I would love to hear it. Nane Achaki finds the E-ball. I confuse Paimon for Hilda I mean, look. They both... This one's difficult. They're both cute. They both... can potentially fly on something or on their own merit. They both have someone that is pretty much in charge of their well-being, who they appreciate as a fantastic friend. Yui reminisces about the year of the Ascent, and Rendo does a rain dance, summoning a lightning storm. A bolt of lightning comes down and strikes Neku. Jeez Louise, we lost another 28. Slightly less, just ever so slightly less violent, but that does bring us beyond our top 100 after this Claire de Lune 4. Gaius, Ruka, Monica, Lumine, Shincho, the end. Karumi, Yasuke, Kizakura, Fischl, Masaru, Minimoto, Rantaro, Quark, Togami, Nagito, Keiji, So, Fat Togami, Junko, Dimitri, Uzuki, Beidou, Mifumi, La Senora, Mondo, Hiro, Neku. We'll go on. I believe that brings us to 98. It does bring us to 98. That's still a lot of people without an arena event. If we lose 30 at a time, it's honestly only a couple more days. It's only a couple more days if we keep losing 30 at a time, so let's do a slow scroll. And you'll see everyone who's left. I'll point out any teams completely out. Headphone vibing, their hopes and dreams are shattered. United we fall still in. It's just Mitrai is very grayscale in his attire. Sugar Daddies are actually completely out. A team of 3, you don't love to see that, but it's a shame for them. The Mathletes are out of this one, and what was more than likely their last season as well. As we keep on keeping on, Fashion Forward's out. We'll see what happens with them. They might stay together, they might find a new member, something might happen. As we keep on keeping on, not a lot of teams are completely out yet, which makes sense. Lacking Compassion's actually completely out. And those are the only teams completely out. Shocking. Not that shocking, because we have lost, what, 60, not 60, technically 58 competitors. We're about to probably lose close to 60 as Night 2 begins. Midori passes out from exhaustion. Yui thought, or at least you thought it was Yui, but it was me, Dio. Ganyu charges her ultimate move, which, I'll be frank, I mean, her ultimate move's okay. But, like, her regular charge shot is that's better. Tiki Yuta, Owain, also. I don't think the Ganyu banner's done when this is premiering, so if you haven't gotten Ganyu and you're trying to get Ganyu, good luck. You got this, unless you don't. Tiki Yuta, Owain, and Renmaru get together to form a rock band. Kazuichi uses all of his mana coins to buy out AV's wares and despairs for the day. What are you plotting? I'm gonna leave it alone. Maya. And Naoto gives Naoto a glass of steaming hot poison cider. Ew. Oh, that's rude. Ryoma finishes his novel. Beat attempts to start a fire is unsuccessful. Ibuki, you always like to play Dire Docks. I feel like this is the second time in recent memory that you've done it. Ibuki also then uses the song to grace Ryoko and her former tag team partner Mikan for the rest of the game. You better watch those two. They've got Ibuki's grace. Edelgard's ultimate move is fully charged. Makoto defeats Kibo in a fight but spares his life. Liko dodges her black. I'll be frank, that's a pretty good look on that man's. Gozu and Mew steal weapons from Nana Aichiki's camp while she's asleep. Klee, Juzo, Momo, Fuiko, and Azuru get together to form an idol group. It's a weird idol group, but I think it might work. Shamir tries to start a fire, she ain't successful. Mizuki and Chie sing some show tunes. Bike says a swear word. Sato covers Sonya's delicate ears. Nagisa, Kyoko, and Komaru all have s'mores around the campfire. Every day, Shinyan imagines a future where she could be with Shiba. That's odd, but I won't fault you for it. Haiji's obnoxious snoring renders Munakata, Mitarai, and Azura unable to sleep. Oda finds a virus in the simulation and exterminates it. Thank you. Thank you, Oda. Do I need to check for viruses in the system? Tenmyoji, Felicia, and Maple enter a scrum debate with Daisaku, Tengen, and Toko. They argue over which victim had the saddest death. Kai, the great gatekeeper. I almost called him the Great Keeper, which is right because he's great. And Kanji cheerfully sing songs together. Satsuna Joe, Minimaru enter a scrum debate with Jotaro, Ningguang, and Kuramada. They argue over who should be champion in the event of a tie. Sarah and Reina, the rest of this event is not welcome in a school environment. Gonta, Noelle, Crazy Oko Extra Large, Chihiro make shadow puppets over the campfire. Everyone's so much better at it than Chihiro that he starts to get jealous. After repeatedly losing to Hajime in chess, Marie tosses the game board into the fire. Kazuha finds Mai hiding, then comically slaps her. Leonie, wake up. Maki doesn't like this. Raiden, Ken, and Nekamaru cheerfully sing songs together. Himiko sets up a magic shop to rival AV's wares and despairs. Kana accuses AV of not being the real AV. You're wrong, but you know what's right? Sumiya getting a hold of my soundboard and plays Samurai Woman. Oh, I'm here for that. Let's do it. Paimon attacks the champion, but Natsumi protects her, killing Paimon. Teruteru stabs Hina in the back with a trident. Kotoko introduces Sayu to her long-lost twin Kotoka. She's not so long and lost anymore, she's here. Inigo and Shinha tell each other their greatest fears in order to grow each other's trust. Dojima is caught simping for Mr. H, but Turner Boy was already simping for Mr. H and kills Dojima out of spite. The power of simps is strong. Mishima, his ultimate move is fully charged. Rindo gets bonked on the head. Taichi buys every version of Uno's from AV's wares and despairs. George's ultimate move is fully charged. The Justice Fist? We'll see. Kotoko, Jack, and Kaede spend all night making a treehouse together. The end product isn't very good, but the important thing is that they worked on it together. Right? Chisa thinks she's the protagonist. In actuality, Gundam is, and Chisa's the quirky comic relief character. Yukiko finds a secret stash of pancakes that I've been hinting at, and Hisano prays to Atua that she makes that alive with minimal bloodshed, of course. That's out of character. But you know what's in character? Not this, but I'll tell you what is. Hey, Shamir? Don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world famous tag team champs and feel the power. Boom! And gloom. Yes, they are. As Teru's got some extreme debt because he works for both Yoko's and Avi's Hajime. He dies of hypothermia. Shinyan isn't surprised that Mikan's made it this far. She is a former singles agent of Chaos. Mr. H, Kurumada, Daddy, Liko, Mitarai, Sonya have a scrum debate over who the best protagonist is. Jotaro decides to lend me a hand and kills Komodo Dragon that's losing the arena. Good on you, Jotaro. Sayu plays chess with death and wins. Gundam goes hunting. Yuta panders to the audience. Ryoma steals a tray of Oda's freshly baked cookies. Edogaard, Kana, Kanji, and Sarah hunt for other tributes. Maya wakes up from a long nap. Munakata makes a life-size cardboard cutout of freaking Sayaka just to spite me. Boy. Okay. Alright, I'll remember that. Inigo steals a tray of Juzo's freshly baked cookies. Leone and Felicia grievously injure each other. Again, Felicia? Again? They have to nurse each other back to health. Ningguang, Sato, and Ibuki hold an intervention for Avi's pancake addiction. Of course I'm gonna show up. That's my girl, and that's Sato, former world pancake champion. That's like a triple threat right there. I'm not gonna pay attention to what they're saying, but of course I'm gonna give them my time. Kazuichi chose Mew as a murder list. At the top of the list is Mew's name. It's in bold too. He's still got a grudge apparently. My grudge is over against the Entourage, but apparently he's still trying to take us out. Maple is trying to overthrow AV, fails miserably but survives thanks to Kaie Day. Renmaru wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else. Gatekeeper is writing a Danganronpa rewrite where Natsumi is the protagonist, Himiko is the antagonist, and Peko is the mastermind. Once again, I think it would make more sense if these two were switched. But I'll be frank, in terms of like, just protagonist, antagonist, I guess they probably would go against each other. Peko being the mastermind, I'd like that. Rindo makes a deal with Marie. Nane Achiaki receives fresh fruit from an unknown sponsor. Yui shows Makoto her murder list. At the top is Makoto's name, and it's in bold too. Kyoko's not gonna like that. Hisano is working on an ad that'll appear in the next episode of the Danganronpa Hunger Games. Dasaku is exposed to the Raiden Shogun's sensitivity aura. I didn't think she had one, causing him to become more emotional. Taichi tells the frustrated Kyoko to chill out. She's probably frustrated because her homie is trying to murder her love. Kotoko finds a bow tie and puts it on because, well, bow ties are cool. Mai beats Genocide Jack with a ladder. Mishima tells Toko she's not a clown but the entire circus. Gonta goes on a balloon popping spree. A serial balloon popping spree. Thank you, my guy. Nagisa starts to go insane. Kibo smacks the taste out of Reina's mouth. Shiro receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's a giant stuffed bear. Azura, Joe, and Ryoko have a scrum debate with Kai, Nekamaru, and Yukiko over who loves their specific food more, Avi with his pancakes, or Hina with her donuts. That is a good question. Minimaru beats Vike, Beat and Vike perform a glorious beats Vike. A glorious air combo on Crazy Oak Extra Large. Shiba feigns death, tricking Fuyiko into ignoring him. Shinha stabs Maki in the back with a trident. Ganyu makes a poem for the great Gozu. Tiki and Chisa talk about their lives. Turtle Boy accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. A Monokupa unit corners Tenmyoji, mauls him. Mizuki feigns her death, tricking Komaru into ignoring her. Sumiya gets drenched in honey sticky. Chie plays chess with death and wins. Izuru's hat matches very well with his giant robot. George violently shakes a tree to knock loose some fruit. Noel, Klee, and Mama get chased by a rampaging Haiji. Setsuna, Tengen, Owain discuss the killing life so far, and Gen's leg gets caught in a bear trap. Kazuha gets a sickening smile and repeatedly punches Gen to death while he's incapacitated. We didn't lose that many this time. Only 9! That's such a stark difference, and such a short Claire de Lune 4. Naoto, Paimon, Hina, Dojima, Hajime, Maki, Turnip Boy, Tenmyoji, Gen. We got a lot of people still left. Like a whole lot of people still left. If I could spell alive, there we go. We still got 89 people left. That's so many. That's so many, but we will proceed though. We got a whole lot. And they're not only fighting for a chance at the titles, they are fighting for the Agent of Chaos title. The opportunity to be called Bringer of Chaos, Bringer of Ruin. Let's go on, let's proceed, and both champions are still in. Boom and gloom, good on you guys. We'll proceed and we will see. Kurumada gets infected with a spare disease. Kurumada starts clinging to Mai. Kana receives spaghetti from an unknown sponsor. Raiden, Shogun, and Ibuki are trapped in a box for the night. They decide to use their imagination to liven things up. Ryoma, Renmaru, and Yui look for more people to become friends with. Nane Achiaki puts on a suave top hat, how fancy. The Great Gozu gives Avi, wants Avi to give Makoto a chance. I like Makoto. Is he my favorite of the protagonists? No. Is he my least favorite of the protagonist? Oh. Maybe. But I like them all, so... I mean, I'm okay with that. Kazuichi poisons Shiba's drink, he drinks it and dies. To build each other's trust, Maple and Yuta do trust falls. In the very first instance, Yuta steps aside and lets Maple fall off of a cliff, you monster. Gonta throws a Molotov at Setsuna, the fire dissipates, and Gonta's still okay somehow. Owain dies there green. Oh, that's a lot of people. But it's just a super kick party. Azurich swaps out my pancakes for waffles. He's dead. Tiki gets a hold of my soundboard and plays the Secret of Achievement music. You know what? Go for it. Kai goes to Love Hotel with Chisa, but somehow ends up waking next to basically an alarm clock. Chihiro, Klee invite Kanji, Felicia, Mr. H, George, Oda, Beat, Ganyu, and Ningguang to a party, a super kick party. There's sweet chin music all over the place. Nobody's jaw is okay afterwards. Fuiko decides, refuses to leave an injured Yukiko's side. Hisano, Shinyan, Chie, and Shinhua tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Ryoko dyes her hair red. Okay. Nothing has changed. Himiko, Edelgard, Kotoko enter a scrum debate with Reina, Rindo, and Joe. They argue over who should be champion in an event of a tie. Taichi, Kibo, Liko, Crazy Go Extra Large tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Mitarai, Gatekeeper, and Komaru look for more people to become friends with. Juzo submits an application to join the squad. Nekomaru actually helps him mail the application. I think he's got a chance then. Nagisa receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Bike befriends a Komodo dragon with a small pair of aviator goggles. Someone get him. Someone get him. Sonya stop being so selfish. Sumio challenges Shamir to a dance-off. I don't know how, but Shamir dominates. I think she always judges that competition too, so maybe it makes a little sense. Does she judge that competition? Maybe she doesn't. It might be Manuela. It might be Shamir though. I think it is Shamir. For some reason I feel like it's Shamir. Pekko throws a Molotov at Daisaku after the fire dissipates. Pekko's fine. Mishima throws a party to shelter. Sarah, Sayu, and Sato are invited. It turns sour when they all argue over what should be playing through the speakers. Jack is plagued by a recurring nightmare. Kyoko develops an irrational fear of Mom after having a nightmare about her. Kazuha, Azura, Maya, and Midori find a big red button. Kazuha presses it. You've doomed us all, they say, expecting something bad to happen, but instead it's just the horns. And the horns, dude, they do sound, I'll tell you what. They sounded once again, and we proceed to see Mizuki getting a no, might as well just switch it over again. And she vibes to Dire Dire Docks. That's not Dire Dire Docks, that's Dire Dire Docks. Haiji drowns Noah while the music is going on, literally killing the vibe. Jotaro spends all of his perks maxing out luck. Mikan, Munakata, Marie, and Inigo make shadow puppets. Everyone's so much better at it than Inigo that he starts to get jealous. Teruteru berates Gundam for not protecting him better, and he chants to Kyoko. And Toko-added friendship is destroyed when they're forced to fight over the last slice of pizza. Mew gets killed, but replaced with a realistic doll made in her image. Leone pays Tengen 500 mana coins to kill her medieval style, via the rats. It's been a minute since that one's come up. Natsumi signs a petition to change American football to Yeetball. I respect that. And I also respect Day 4, as Yuta, Fuiko, and Sarah track down and chill with Mai. Kazuha gets off to a rocky start with his new professor, Chisa. I guess he's joined Hope Speak Academy. Mizuki, I could see him having an ultimate talent. Ultimate bard, ultimate poetry writer. Ultimate poet, maybe perhaps. Mizuki sets up an ice cream stand. Sumiya joins as Mizuki's faithful assistant. A lot of things are gonna fall down. The Raiden Shogun finds my stack of pancakes that I hinted at. Makoto puts cat ears on Reina. She's so embarrassed that she actually dies. Taichi invades Owain's privacy and listens to him sing in the shower. Himiko throws a knife into Nane Achiaki's chest. Setsuna, New, Kanji track down and chill with Mishima. Klee begs for Toko to kill her. She refuses, leaving Klee alive. Gundam has drip. He does, though. Midori finds Shuichi's hat and puts it on. That might not be the worst look on him. It really might not be. It might be okay. Shamir and Rindo enter a rebuttal showdown. Kibo plants flowers around Kana's grave. Kana says, hello, Kana's still alive. Kibo simply says for now, which is terrifying. Ganyu Juzo and Mr. H perform a fatal air combo on Kai. Azura uses her signature move to kill Shinha. Rest in peace. Oda offers his friendship to Inigo. Sato and Maya split up her resources, and Ningguang wants Avi to give donuts a chance. I literally actually had a donut yesterday. It was delicious. I give them a chance all the time. Joe comes before Mitarai in this event. Kurumada feigns death stricken Gonto into ignoring him. Yui. Her unknown sponsor is Raid Shadow Legends. Hisano starts writing a novel. Will she ever finish it? Crazy Echo Extra Large also has drip, you're dang right. Yukio accidentally destroys Edelgard's cabbage stand. Shinyan drives up to McDonald's, wants an ice cream, but the machine is broken. Ryoko, Tiki, Renmaru make homemade weapons. Haiji tries to at least find every Monokuma on the school grounds. Marie receives a first aid kit from the comments section. Huh, Ryoma puts cat ears on Kotoko. I don't know why you're so embarrassed about it. It's kind of similar to the horns you already have on. Jotaro challenges Felicia and Mo to an Anything Goes World Pancake Championship Invitational qualifying match. Felicia, eat those pancakes. You do it. You get in there. And as you do that, let's get that proceed music going back. As the unknown sponsors for Gatekeeper and George are Raid Shadow Legends, Natsumi, Vike, and Tengen make homemade weapons. Munakata has drip, but Mekamaru, and I'll be frank, is the director of drip. He does have it. You have it, drip. Chihiro, Mikon, Kyoko band together to fend off a pack of starving wolves. Kazuichi wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else. Sayu questions her sanity. Tengen works at Yoko's, which happens to be hiring. Liko's horrified when Peko goes to a job interview for it. How could you? Jack throws a pebble in anger in a strange series of events that causes a landslide, killing Beat, Daisaku, and Minimaru. Chie makes a slingshot. Nagisa reminisces about season 3 Kaede was being a clown. Ibuki gets cat ears on Sonya. It's kind of cute. She's kind of cute, actually. Yeah. Cat ears are pretty good. Komaru, actually, however, she's not pretty good. In fact, she dies of dysentery. And the Great Gozu violently shakes a tree to knock loose some fruit. We lost 13 this time. We're dwindling. Very slowly but surely. It's a Claire de Lune for Shiba, Maple, Izuru, Noel, Leone, Reina, Nane Aichiaki, Kai, Shinha, Beat, Daisaku, Minimaru, Komaru. We'll see everybody's statuses. We're gonna hit the proceed music because this is going to be a long battle. It is a battle of attrition between so many souls. 76 remain. And like 50 will check on everybody. But for right now, we're slow scrolling. There are now many more teams that are completely out. But a lot of teams still have a little bit of hope. Some teams are completely in, like Broken Braids are still in. Accident Prone, shockingly enough, completely in. Nothing to report completely in. Let's see. I don't know if anybody else is. Daring Devotees and Samurai Woman completely in. Let's see. The Champion's completely in. Other than that, not a lot of luck. Oh, Pinky and the Brain completely in up here as well. So are Mama and Daddy. That is it for the teams that are completely in. Everyone else has lost at least one person, and thus the trek does continue as Nagisa, Mai, and Sonya sit around the campfire and sing the campfire song. Joe, Kazuha, and Gundam enter a scrum debate with Peko, Chihiro, and Miu. They argue over who the best girl in Danganronpa is. It's a good question. That's a good question. It's also a very difficult question. Ningguang challenged Liko to a dance-off. The dance-off was actually a distraction so Felicia could sneak up behind him and snap. Oh my gosh, Felicia, you're a monster. Edelgard walks barefoot across the copper of Legos. Going against all luck and reason, she powers through the pain and reaches the other side. Ganyu has a dream in which Mama's... A lot of people are dreaming about Mama, you know what? I don't blame them. Kaede, Mikon, Maya, and Tengen all... find the big red button. They watch in horror as Kaede presses it. Maya's like, hold on, I need to get out of this group for a second because there's something I need to do. And you know what it is that she needs to do? She gotta sound him. The horns. However, we have to keep on going as Yui, Gatekeeper, and Haiji look for more people to become friends with Toko's reflection. Distorts to show her true self as she pleads with what she sees. Juzo sneaks into Yoko's, unknowingly gets seen by Sarah, locks him in. Hisano hops into an inflatable cauldron, makes jokes about how she is emergency food, she might have a problem. Munakata puts on a suave top hat, how fancy. If it's like a white top hat that matches the rest of his stuff, might be good. Or if it's like the shirt that he has on is like a tealish, like a gray teal. If it's the same color as that, might be a really good look. Gozu finds a big red button, decides to leave it be. Inigo tucks Shitaro in bed and gives him a goodnight kiss. That's real nice. Vike and Rindo start preparing for Spooky Month by doing the spooky dance, which is so soon. So soon. In fact, from today, the 22nd, it's a week and 2 days away? Next Saturday is the start of October? Interesting. Kanji challenges Teruteru to a dance-off. Teruteru dominates. Chie submits an application to join the squad. Kotoko walks up to her and says, yeah, you're not getting in. Mizuki and Setsuna steal from Owain's camp while he's asleep, unable to get a fire going. Gonta, Sato, and Ryoko they're forced out together for warmth. I'll be frank. Gonta's probably pretty warm. That's a big dude. Ibuki shoots a poison dart into Shinyan's neck, slowly killing her. Rest in peace, former tag team partner and Shinyan, too. Goodness. Marie, Taichi want cool nicknames similar to Ophelia Dusk and Odin Dark. Sayu, Himiko, Jack, and Klee all find a big red button. Sayu presses that bad boy, but nothing happens. Everyone's glad except for Sayu, who's disappointed. Crazy Coach Large battles Odin, and since game of rock, paper, scissors, Crazy Coach Large loses and has a sad feeling in her chest. Kuramana finds a virus in the simulation and is killed by it. I didn't know we had viruses. Oh no! Oh gosh! I gotta do some debugging! Ryoma confesses his love for George. George lovingly embraces him, accepting the confession. Chisa gets a hold of... play that secret achievement music. Mishima and Natsumi create their own secret code laner so they can communicate safely without unwanted eavesdroppers listening in. After repeatedly losing to Kazuichi in chest, Mr. H tosses that game board into the fire. Midori respects Mitarai. He doesn't love him, but he respects him. Kana finds that DDR machine, plugs it in, balloons and sparkles are all over the place. Fuiko and the Raiden Shogun are best friends now, best buds, after bonding over 17th century sea shanties. Makoto attempts to sneak into the back rooms of Yoko's, but gets seen by Tiki, an employee of the store. Shamir attempts to climb a tree but falls to her death. Kibo receives fresh fruit from an unknown sponsor. Nakamaru slices at Azura's eyes, she's now blind. Kyoko has no more motivation under the cover of darkness. Sumiya spies on Yuta, and Yukiko challenges me in Battleship. I can't beat these Genshin characters, but I'll beat you, Yukiko. You can't beat me in Battleship. Don't at me. Don't you dare. Not even for a second. And we go on to day 5. Sato commits Sora, goodness gracious. Sayu attacks Ranmaru, but Mama protects him, killing Sayu. Taichi works for both Avi's and Yoko's because he's in debt. All those parts for the machines that Chihiro builds. Yeah. All the licenses for the coding that he's getting, it costs. Taichi's working on it. Nagisa does their gold. He's the golden boy. Munakata is stronger than he appears. Ningguang, Vike, Mr. H, Mew, and Tiki track down and kill Gundam. Why? Why? Rindo bashes Owain's head in with a mace. Why? Why? I think their team's out now. Gonta finds a fedora, puts it on. Kaede suddenly yells out, "Go to the platypus!" Fuiko doesn't believe in palindromes. Oh man. Jack sees Kanji washed ashore, unmoving, revives him with CPR, how nice. Himiko sets Ryoko on fire with a Molotov. Chisa commits a crime and runs away giggling. Yeah, I believe that. Sumiya sips on apple cider. Respect. I wish I had some on me. I am all out. I need to get more. Ibuki finds a yeet ball. Kotoko steals a tray of Crazy Coach Large's freshly baked cookies. How could you? Haiji, Natsumi, Maya hold an intervention for Avi's pancake addiction. I show up, but I'm not paying attention to what they're saying. Absolutely not. Do you think I trust the three of them? No. Ha. Ha ha. And a third ha. Kana eats dirt. Delicious. Not really, but you know what? You do you, Kana. Maybe you can use that hat to collect it. Kibo puts on a fedora. Ganyu yells out, "Kibo the platypus." Inigo works for both Avi's and Yoko's because he's in debt. George starts planting seedlings in his garden. Yokiko works at Yoko's, which happens to be hiring. Tokiko is horrified when Mikan goes there and kills her for it. Ryoma uses a spot of sucking taps out of Joe, which shockingly works, leaving Joe literally dumbfounded. Apparently had some brains in there. Not anymore. Setsuna receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor. Mishima beats Nekamaru with a steel chair. Yuta It's his hand stuck in a can of Pringles. Midori goes on a serial balloon popping spree. Chie, Gatekeeper, and Mai perform a fatal air combo on sharpshooting steel-minded big sister Sarah. Kazuha hunts for other tributes. Mitsurai is confused why there's a pink Home Depot in the arena. Me too. Edelgard, don't you dare be sour. Hold on. Edelgard, don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world-famous tag team champs and feel the power. Boom and gloom. Yes, it is. Teruteru attempts to strangle Kazuichi, but Oxwell ends up massaging his shoulders instead. Mizuki throws the Raiden Shogun at Tengen. She could easily do that and not break a sweat. Peko, the Great Gozer into a rebuttal showdown. Azura receives an explosion from no sponsor. Juzo is confused on why there's a pink Home Depot in the arena. Yui's freeze ray stops time. It is a nice beam though. That's too Sonya for her taste. Jotaro confesses his love for Makoto. He says, cool, see ya, homie. Kurumada tries to find every Monokuma on the school grounds. Listen here, Marie does not like Chihiro. She's gonna bark at him now. Klee also starts a cult. Hisano, Oda, Felicia, and Kyoko happily join. I feel like this one's dangerous for different reasons, but we are down another 9. It is a very slow scroll, a slow grind, as we would declare Loon 4. Liko, Shinyan, Shamir, Sayu, Gundam, Owain, Ryoko, Mikon, Sarah. We're at what? Are we still at like 67? Control F. Yeah, 67 still around. We'll proceed. It's one of those things where an arena event will suddenly cut us down. But it's a matter of will an arena event hit? That's the big question. We'll scroll down. There's still some teams that are completely in. Pinky and the Brain. Broken Braids are no longer completely in. Accident Prone's not completely in anymore either. Nothing to report still completely in. Daring Devotees are as well. And I think those are the last 3 teams that are completely in, except for the champions Boom and Gloom. Let's see if that all changes. We proceed. Marie unknowingly eats toxic berries. Nagisa tries to cure Marie. Succeeds. Yuta fears Yuta. In fact, he fears all the Asahinas. Sometimes his own power scares him, apparently. Ryoma feels himself developing a crush for the Raiden Shogun. Same. Kazuichi teaches Ibuki and Hisano how to use ice magic. Peko activates Berserker Soul and draws Monster Cardos until Natsumi has negative life points. Rest in peace. Yukiko poisons Mitsurai's drink but mistakes it for her own and dies. Taichi thinks about home. Crazy Girl Extra Large submits an application to join the squad. Kana helps mail the application. Crazy Girl Extra Large, you're not getting in. As valuable as an asset you would be, you're not getting in. Vike is in the house. Check it out. Teru finds, or at least fires a truth bullet. The Great Keeper exposes his lies. Chiza throws what they think is a Molotov at Sato. Turns out the Molotov's just a rag, is not even on fire. Sumiya, feeling especially kind tonight, gives Genocide Jack a muffin. Maya tries to stay up all night to catch the mastermind but falls asleep. George is snoring. Fuyiko, Great Gozu, and Ningguang can't sleep because of it. Ranmaru tries to treat his infection. Tengen is so desperate to kill Saiki, he creates a clone out of her and killed said clone. I see why he was backed by popular demand now. That's okay. That's an okay guy right there. Jotaro goes to the Love Hotel with Kazuha, wakes up next to Toko. Oda's killed by Edelgard before he can go to his planned meeting that he has with Chihiro Makoto. Uses the spirit of the Great Pumpkin to change the arena date to October. You couldn't have waited like 9 days, my guy? Jinx, that's me, the ultimate one. Comments on how well Maya's doing. Kaede walks up to Mai and stabs her. Okay, well, you know, that's my bad. I was simping bad. And I am the Jinx, so I guess that was bound to happen. Himiko defeats Mu in a fight but spares her life. Kyoko passes out. Tiki gets a hold of my soundboard and plays the secret achievement music. Mizuki, Joe, Kibo have s'mores around the campfire. Rindo, Ganyu, Sonya, and Kitoko sit around the campfire and share spooky stories. They hear some weird noises coming from the forest. Kitoko goes to check it out and never returns. Oh my. Kanji, Felicia, Mishima play a game of Monopoly. Kanji, loses all of his properties and murders Felicia and Mishima in a fit of rage. I forgot there was even a murder event version of this one. Dang! Mr. H gets a hold of my soundboard, but let me tell you, a cacophony of music starts to play as he beats Gonta to death with it. Oh. Oh. Okay. Nekomaru gets mad at Setsuna because she tells Klee to count how many sand particles there are in the desert. Why is there a desert in here? Oh, I feel like Setsuna would tell Klee to do it. She would do it. But Setsuna didn't do it maliciously. I bet she was like, I wonder how many there are here. And then Klee would be like, I guess we could count. And then Setsuna's like, yeah, count it out, Klee. And Nekomaru's like, what are you two doing? Midori reminisces about the year of the aviator, Yui. I don't know if you didn't exist in the year of the aviator. You probably existed conceptually, but you didn't exist in the game. You had not been introduced. You might have been. No, you weren't introduced in the game yet. Not in the year of the aviator. Yui, Kurumada, Munakata play a game of Monopoly. Yui loses all of her properties and murders. Really, the fatal version of both of those came up today. Murders Kurumada and Munakata in a fit of rage. Inigo plays Samurai Woman. Go for it. Azura Mo, Juzo, and Chie Frail play a friendly game of Uno to the... It's not friendly if it's to the death. I mean, I guess it can be. But Mama won. Haiji? Yes, queen. We proceed. It is day 6. We actually lost quite a few that day. Mew actually blurts out the fact that she likes Vike in a non-platonic way. Yuda's not gonna like that. Vike accepts the confession wholeheartedly. Makoto shoulder charges a tree, knocking it over, crushing George and Tengen as they walk past. Kana said, I can't wait for the fight before Christmas. Uses magic. Christmas magic to change the month to December. Rendo's unknown sponsor is Raid Shadow Legends. The Raiden Shogun invades Nagisa's privacy and listens to him sing in the shower. Marie severely injures Kazuha but puts him out of his misery. Sumiya dies to her gold. Not the worst. Maya dies from an infection. Teru sells Chihiro 400 bagels, but due to the fact that Chihiro can't hold that many, gets crushed by the insane amounts of bagels, but since Teru made them, they're probably delicious. Yui, Joe, and Mr. H get into a fight. Joe actually takes them both out. Ganyu trips on a comically placed banana peel and falls right off of a cliff. Ryoma, Himiko, Sato, Haiji join the Chadsepticeye cult. Pekko, Jack awkwardly kiss under the mistletoe. Ibuki and Mizuki enter a rebuttal showdown. Edelgard sets up an ice cream stand. Cleve joins us, Edelgard's faithful assistant, and you know what? I think Edelgard would be okay with that. Fuiko and Kibo play tricks on Mitsurai while Nekomaru steals from his room. Sonia reminds you, yes you, dear viewer, stay hydrated. Kazuichi shares his pancakes with Midori. This kind act earns Kazuichi entry into the World Pancake Championship match. And I'm fine with that, because I'm not beefing with Kazuichi anymore. Our beef is squashed. Our beef is squashed. Ningguang, Inigo, and Kyoko discuss the killing life so far. Kanji receives a gift from a secret admirer. It's a box of chocolates. Gatekeeper hates how he acted in the past. Disgusted by what he did, wants to move past this phase of his life and actively become a better person. Go for it, Gatekeeper. As long as you actively do better than you were in the past. But don't forget what you did in the past. Tiki tries to find every Monokuma on the school grounds. Chisa puts cat ears on Crazy Oko martial arts. She's very embarrassed about this. Jotaro wants me to give Waffles a chance. He should be gone. Ranmaru uses slash kill on... I thought I disabled that! Ranmaru, I'm coming for you. Satsuna catches the despair disease, starts posing grammatically. Toko spends her entire day walking in shoes made of Legos. She's transcended beyond humanity. Hisano wakes up dead. Rest in peace to you, girl. Yuta and Kaine kiss under the mistletoe. Goodness gracious. The Great Gozo sees that and he's like, mistletoe warriors away. And a Monokuma unit corners Taichi and mauls him. That's too real. We lost 24 that time. That's more what I expect in terms of these big games. That brings us much closer. And it brings us to a Clarity Lune 4. Natsume, Yukiko, Oda, Mai, Kotoko, Felicia, Mishima, Gonta, Kurumada, Munakata, Azura, Juzo, Chie, George, Tengen, Kazuha, Maya, Chihiro, Yui, Mr. H, Ganyu, Momo, Hisano, Taichi. That did dwindle us quite a bit. We are finally, we are finally in your 40s. It is 43 left. The Mets trying to be two-time Agents of Chaos back-to-back, thanks to Mizuki. Shorty sleepovers, not completely in, but they have Himiko and Kana, and it's the year of the mage. Is she trying to do it again back-to-back? Is she trying to get back-to-back preseason wins again because she said it's the year of the mage? Do you remember still as Vike? Mom and Daddy has Midori. Great Gozu for the friendly fisticuffs. United We Fall still has Mitarai. Pinky in the Brain still has Nagisa. That's the preseason princess right there. She might want Nagisa to carry on her legacy, help her get a win in preseason again. Concealed Blades, Edelgard, Royal Shepherds, Sonya, Unhinged Commanders, Haiji, Broken Braid stars Kyoko and the Raiden Shogun, Himbro style Kanji, The Trial stars Fuihiko. You're not gonna jinx him here, but like, Fuihiko, if you win the Agent of Chaos match, that's pretty noteworthy, and I would be like, yeah, you're in the squad for that one. I'd put him in for that one. Accident Prone has Sumiya, Live to Serve has Ryoma, Speak No Evil still has Rindo, Voice of the Voiceless has Tiki, Pancake Palooza has Sato, Nothing to Report has Chisa and Gatekeeper, Trapper and Trappy has Setsuna, Titty Typhoon has Ibuki and Mew, Rock Paper Scissors with Jack, Book Club with Toko, right next to each other, Minimimaru has Nekamaru, Samurai Omen still has our champion Peko, Daring Devotees has Kazuichi and Runmaru, Ultimate Hopes has Makoto, Legwork with Yuta, Romance is Dead with Joe and Kaede, Dance Break, Crazy Oak Extra Large and Inigo, Boom and Gloom's completely in, Marie and Kibo for New Era, Deep Fried Chicken with Teru Teru and Affluent Progeny still has Ningguang. We got a show to get on the road. We still got 43 competitors left. As we proceed, no arena events yet, but Edelgard submits an application to join the squad. Sonya helps her mail it. Any chance that Kaede and Nagisa had a friendship is destroyed when they're forced to fight over the last slice of pizza. Tiki quietly hums. Ibuki wakes up. Wake up, the Great Gozu doesn't like this. Makoto severely injures Fuiko but puts him out of his misery. Maybe I jinxed him by saying, hey, if you take this one, you're definitely in. That's my bad. Vike, Kyoko are trapped inside of a box for the night, although I still might let him in, because under his tutelage, Celeste did find the title, so you know, I mean, like it. Maybe. They use their imaginations. Marie receives yakiniku from an unknown sponsor. Every day, Rindo imagines a future where he could be with Midori. Mew fires a truth bullet at Kazuichi, exposes his lies, and pierces his heart. Kazuichi's like, you're on my murder list, and Mew said, try again, boy. Inigo's changed in American football to Yeetball, you love to see that. Himiko gets mad because Chisa tells Jack to count how many sand particles there are in the desert. There's so many people are asking people to do this, how could they? Sato finds a wish ring, wishes that Yuta's neck would snap. And somewhere else in the arena, his neck snapped back, and he's dead. Jotaro sets up a rival sword for Avi's wares and despairs. Oh, Haiji finds a virus in the simulator and exterminates it, good. Ryoma and Toko start kicking Ningguang for unknown reasons. Mizuki finishes her nighttime coffee before joining in. Those kicks are gonna hurt from Mizuki, Kanji develops an irrational fear of Sumi after having a nightmare about her. He probably was like, she tripped and fell on Kanji and he fell like off of a cliff. Setsuna convinces Klee not to kill her, only to kill her instead. Oh my gosh, Setsuna, you're a monster. It was while she was counting the sand, isn't it? Teru. This is a quick prayer to Ritual before going to sleep for the night. Joe discovers the mastermind is killed. The death is made to look like an accident. Ranmaru and Mitarai invade Gatekeeper's shelter but fall victim to the booby traps he has in place. Goodness gracious, Nekamaru becomes Pekko's emergency food. I guess that's the champ. Kibo ain't afraid of no ghosts. The Raiden Shogun's actually fairly terrified by some ghosts, and you know what? She's seen a lot in her time, so I don't blame her. Running away from Crazy Oko Extra Large, Kana twists her ankle, giving Crazy Oko Extra Large the opportunity she needs to take out Kana. Will proceed. It is day 7, 1 week in. And Nagisa tries to hang up Mistletoe in the arena, but Chisa swoops in, snaps his arm, burns that Mistletoe. Ryoma does a sick kickflip but fails the landing, falls flat on his face. Jotaro, Kyoko, Sumiya, the Raiden Shogun, and Kaede look for other people to kill. Sato tracks down and takes out Edelgard. Crazy Oko Extra Large embraces the power of positivity. She's crazy though. Jack punches Makoto off of a cliff, screaming, "Punch Club forever!" to the heavens. Punch Club's coming back, baby. Kanji cannot survive the summer heat and dies of heat stroke. Well, it might be fall for some of you, but I've seen the weather for this week. It's gonna be warm here. It's still gonna be summer weather here, and I'm not here for it. Tiki falls into a pit and does perish. Setsuna. Remember about season 4, Sonya puts Katters on Himiko. She's so embarrassed that she actually dies. Gatekeeper's trap kills Inigo. Bike, Toko, Mizuki come up with a complicated escape plan. Teru constructs a shack. Ningguang, Great Gozu, and Kibo hold an intervention for my pancake addiction. I love all three of these characters, so yeah, I'm gonna show up. Ningguang, this is the second time you've done it, so you must really think I have a problem, but don't care, didn't ask. Silent ratio, toodaloo. Midori lays on the ground, watching the blood fall from Marie being murdered by Peko paint the scene crimson. Okay, Ibuki holds Rendo's head underwater. Ibuki is grabbed by Rendo, and they're both in that lake. They're unable to kill one another, so they swim away. Haiji breaks down for unknown reason, starts weeping. Mew tries to console him, but we lost. 16. Now we're kind of getting shockingly close, especially after this Claire de Lune 4. Fuihiko, Kazuichi, Yuta, Klee, Joe, Ranmaru, Mitarai, Nekamaru, Kana, Edelgard, Makoto, Kanji, Tiki, Himiko, Inigo, Murray. We are now getting shockingly close. It is not, I was going to say, it's still slightly larger than a standard size game. 27 remain. Mizuki trying to do it, 2-time Agent of Chaos, back-to-back for the Mets. Do you remember, still around for Bike. Mom and Daddy, stars Daddy. Midori. Friendly Fisticuffs still have the Great Gozu. He wants it. Pinky and the Brain still has Nagisa for the preseason princess. Royal Shepherd still have Sonya. There she is. Miss Sonya. Could she do it? It's a possibility. Unhinged Commander still have Haiji. Broken Braids still have Kyoko and the Raiden Shogun. Accident Prone still has Sumiya. Lift to Serve still have Ryoma. Speak No Evil Rindo. Pancake Palooza has Sato. Nothing to Report has Chisa and Gatekeeper. Trapper and Trappy still has Setsuna. Titty Typhoon still has Ibuki and Mew. Rock Paper Scissors Jack. Book Club Toko. Peko for Samurai Woman. Kaie Day for Romance is Dead, Dance Break, Crazy Cultural Arts, Bloom and Gloom are champions trying to get the block as well, Jotaro, Kibo for the new era, Teru, Deep Fried Chicken, and Ningguang last but not least for Affluent Progeny. Let's do it. 27 in a matter of 17 will finally be at your saving grace picks. It has been a long match. Which means all these teams, they know what they're fighting for. They have high hopes, and we have to proceed to see whose hopes get dashed, like Midori's, as Rendo kills him with a sickle. Setsuna is plagued by a recurring nightmare. Ibuki stays awake all night. Peko wants to buy the Raiden Shogun's Gamer Girl bathwater. The Raiden Shogun destroys Peko for acting like a degenerate male. Yeah, fair on that one. Mizuki and Ryoma are enjoying some steamed hams together at the same time. Chisa is being burned alive by nearby Aurora Borealis. Haiji receives a hatch from an unknown sponsor. Kaede forces Sato to kill Mew or Teru. She refuses to kill, so Kaede kills her instead. Rest in peace to Sato. She couldn't take out either of the degenerates. Kyoko overpowers Gatekeeper, killing him. Rest in peace to Gatekeeper, my boy. Toko finds a care package, but is unable to open it. Jotaro throws what they think is a Molotov at his bike. It's just a rag. It's not even on fire, Jotaro. Crazy Girl Extra Large walks into the campsite of Nagisa and Sonya and throws the disembodied head of Ningguang at their feet as a warning sign of things to come. Well, that's terrifying. Great Gozu accidentally sticks his hand in the campfire that he made. Kibo has a dream of Genocide Jack winning. Is this a premonition or something? Thinking quickly, Sumiya constructs a homemade gun and using only some string, a squirrel, and a gun, we go on to day 8 as Great Gozu sets Teru on fire with a Molotov. Ibuki is the best in the world! She's got a lot of accolades in this series. She has almost every accolade in this series. Sure enough, she almost has every accolade in the series. She just needs the World Pancake Championship, and she is in that match. Crazy Girl Extra Large pops a balloon just because she can. Hunted down by the Balloon Protection Squad. Well, why'd y'all have to do that? Crazy Girl Extra Large is an icon out here. Kyoko confides in Haiji, takes the notes so she can exploit him later. Overcome with madness, Kaede changes Jotaro to a tree and makes him watch as she drowns Toko. Oh! Nagisa tries to become a beekeeper, but the bees aren't happy. They're not. The bees don't think he's the employee of the month. Sonya convinces Jack to climb into a hydraulic press and crushes her to death. Ryoma decides to declare his support for the entourage. That makes sense. Jack, who is literally a thin paste at this point, her soul rises from the earth, and she slices Ryoma to bits. Sumiya offers to sell her friendship to Setsuna. Rindo wants to be a stepping stone for everyone else. Kibo hates how he acted in the past, wants to do right, and become a better person. The Raiden Shogun just asked me if she can go to the Pancake Championship Invitational, and I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Is it because that earlier in this episode I was developing a crush on her? Yeah. Yeah. I'm biased. Get in there, Raiden Shogun. Mizuki makes a Danganronpa rewrite where Vike is the protagonist, and Mew gets so absorbed in chasing a butterfly that she falls it right off of a cliff. Oh boy. We proceed. 13 more are gone. We are down. It is so close to saving Grace picks. 14 remain, and a Claire de Lune 4. Midori, Pekko, Chisa, Sato, Gatekeeper, Ningguang, Teru Teru, Crazy Eagle Extra Large, Toko, Nagisa, Jack, Ryoma, Mew. We got Mizuki, Vike, Great Gozu, Sonya. Unhinged Commanders Haiji, Broken Braids still have Kyoko and the Raiden Shogun. In fact, I believe they are now the only team that has more than one person left. That is absolutely true. Jotaro, Kibo, Kaede, Ibuki, Setsuna, Rindo, Sumiya. 14 competitors, 13 teams, top 6 teams go on to that big tag team match. However, other than that, your top team becomes Agent of Chaos. And I'll be frank, Boom and Gloom are already there. So it's actually 12 teams that still need to get in there. So we'll see. We'll see how that proceeds. 14 left, right? I can count? Yeah. 14 are left. And we gotta proceed. It's been a long one. But it ain't over yet. It's still anybody's match as we proceed. The Raiden Shogun and the Great Gozu just hold hands. Ibuki kills Rindo while he's asleep. Haiji, stop being so selfish. Mizuki finds a Dark Deva, befriends it, sticks it on Sumiya, killing her. Kibo swaps out my waffles for my pancakes for waffles, pays dearly for the crime. After losing repeatedly to Kyoko in chess, Jotaro tosses Kyoko into the campfire. It is now a 1v1 all around. I kind of remark how Komodos haven't been seen in a hot second, but they have been. They have been, and they're still here because Sonya just got taken out by them. Vike challenges Setsuna and Kaede to an anything goes pancake eating competition. You know what? I love Setsuna too. Get in there, Setsuna. Get in that World Pancake Championship match, which is honestly filling up. Which is honestly filling up to the point where we could have it very soon. We'll proceed again. It might be feast time, but there's honestly not that many people left. And it is still feast time. The cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, and memoirs from the tributes families. The Raiden Shogun says, if I don't go to the feast, there's a good chance that I earn my team a spot in that tag team championship match. And I do believe she does. Because Haiji and Mizuki get into a fight over raw meat, Haiji gives up and runs away. Setsuna convinces Kaede not to kill her, only to kill her instead. Setsuna's the master of convincing out here today. Who would have thought? Jotaro bashes the Great Gozu's head against a rock several times, and Vike and Ibuki get into an argument over raw meat, but Ibuki gives up and runs away. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams left? The next person who perishes, I believe, outside of Jotaro. I think there's 8 teams left, 7 that can go on, and Jotaro trying to earn the block. Let's proceed and see what happens. The Raiden Shogun finds a magical staff with arcane energy, uses a spell of her own making, and kills Vike. Jotaro breaks the fourth wall and compliments you in particular. He says, I might be champ, but you're the one looking golden today. Haiji puts cat ears on Ibuki. She's so cute that it actually kills Haiji. Mizuki declares her support for the entourage that summons Jack and uses her scissors on Mizuki. Mizuki, I do believe, though, earns her team a spot in that match. And Setsuna grabs the table, the audience cheers in excitement! We want tables! That's what they wanted. And we are down to just, unless there's an arena event, okay, we are down to your final 4, I believe. After this, Claire de Lune 4. Rindo, Sumiya, Kibo, Kyoko, Sonya, Kaede, the Great Gozu, Vike, Haiji, Mizuki. Will we get the block? I think there's a chance, there's a 1 in 4 chance that we see the block. 1, 2, 3, four. Interesting Final Four. Interesting Final Four. Let's see who you guys are picking, actually, because I can't just proceed. I have to ask you, who do you got? It's your saving... Wait. It's your saving grace picks. We have the Raiden Shogun. I believe the Raiden Shogun got her team to the championship match at the end of the season, but they faltered. This time, she's getting them there again. And if she wins, their team stays together. And they're Agents of Chaos. We'll have to wait and see what unfolds with that. But we also have, in fact, there's a 1 in 3 chance that she becomes Agent of Chaos because Jotaro is actually still in trying to earn the block. Shockingly enough, Trapper and Trap B Setsuna. She only has kills by convincing people not to kill her. Can she convince other people to let her and Nagito become Agents of Chaos? Because I'll be frank, for that Nagito guy, I mean that would fit for Titty Typhoon. Ibuki has been Agent of Chaos before. With Rock On, it was Ibuki, it was Shinyan, and it was Reiko. Is she gonna do it again? Might happen. This time with Mew. Undisputed Mew and Lumine, they could be a very powerful threat, a very powerful team. And lastly, we see trying to get the block. If Jotaro wins this game, he can block Chaos from happening. It's a one-time thing, 50-50 odds. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but Jotaro might win it. Not for himself, but all of the tag teams this season. Whoever becomes champion, we'll have to wait and see. Will that block ever be used? Let's make your saving grace picks, first, second, and third. In the comments, go ahead and make them. I'm gonna make mine right now. I got Jotaro for first. I think for some reason, tag team action, the block happening, it's gonna happen. Last season, the block was only used once, and it was failed in the OC free-for-all. Unfortunate. Give me Ibuki for second, because I can't bank against Ibuki, and give me the Raiden Shogun for third. Because, you know, I'm developing a crush. That's just like Ryoma was. That's your final four, and we skipped Samurai Woman. We heard it plenty of times today already. I think we've heard it just once today already. But it's the Raiden Shogun. It's Ibuki. It's Setsuna, and it is Jotaro in your final four. All caught in what we like to call within your final four crises. A fate. One fate, unless there's, I don't think we have not had co-tag team Agents of Chaos. We've had co-Agents of Chaos before, but not co-tag team Agents of Chaos? Correct? 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 Correct. We've had co-Agents of Chaos, absolutely. We'll see what happens, we'll see what unfolds as we proceed. We see Ibuki hugs Jotaro, but Jotaro just doesn't like it and kills her for it. Rest in peace to Ibuki. Setsuna slices the Raiden Shogun's eye. She's now blind. She can't see a thing. As we proceed, she uses that, and Setsuna kills the Raiden Shogun while she's asleep. And Jotaro's prick wall thorns while picking berries. Oh! Well, now, whatever happens, we know who your Agents of Chaos are. It's Setsuna and Nagito. Trapper and Trap B are now your Agents of Chaos. It's now all a matter of, will Jotaro survive to earn the block? If there's not an arena event, it's a 1v1. There is not, which means after this terrible turnabout 4. Ibuki, the Raiden Shogun. Setsuna outlasted, and she and Nagito will become your Agents of Chaos, but now your current Agents of Chaos are face to face with the current champions. And so I have to ask you, between Trapper and Trap B and Boom and Gloom, who's it gonna be? In fact, let me say that again. Who will it be? Setsuna? Jotaro. Jotaro has proven 3 times with 3 different teams that he is a tag team expert. He is a fundamental tag team player. And now he wants to earn his team the block? if they win today and win in the premiere, I could not question it for a moment. Jotaro's got stars in his eyes. Does he have this win under his sleeves? He's got Setsuna in the way. And I'll be frank, it's gonna be a hard time. Setsuna knows what she's doing. It's Trapper and Trappy. They are your new agents of chaos. They are without a doubt. And will they prove that they are coming for the champs by taking out Jotaro, the champion, and stopping the block and stopping anything that will stand in their path? Will it be Setsuna? Jotaro. Jotaro. Setsuna. Will the block be earned, or will chaos reign supreme? There's only one way to find out. And after this long game, after me dilling and dallying, the only way is to see will the proceed that Setsuna is hot and bothered because Jotaro said, let's get the block going on. Set Setsuna on fire with the flamethrower. He is... Y'all, look. Look. He is a tag team expert. Let me give him his due. Let me give Jotaro his due. Put him. Give me your winner. Hey, without a doubt, when we talk about someone who is a expert in tag team play, on his own, he can accomplish so little, but together with a partner or partners, he can accomplish so much, and 3 times he's accomplished it, and now earning the block is Boom and Gloom. However, they know exactly what they're blocking now. Because you're new. Tag team agents of chaos. In this big game, you wouldn't think that this would be the result. They have a block to look out for now. A 50-50 chance that chaos doesn't reign when they hit it on a one-time success rate. Setsuna and Nagito, they're unhinged at this point. Setsuna and Nagito, they are furious. They are enraged and they are brimming with chaos. And they are staring the two beings, Jotaro and Klee, in the eyes. Did they? I think that this might have been a trap the entire time. They're trying to instill hope in those two to inflict the greatest despair. Because your winners and tag team agents of chaos, Trapper and Trappy, Setsuna, Nagito. He's a master of tag team action. Look, love him or hate him, you have to admit, he knows how to get the job done in tag team action. And when it comes to just tag teams, whoever the tag team champions are, we'll see. Hopefully they get the block once, 50-50 odds, but it only happens once. It can only succeed one time. We've never seen it succeed, but it can only succeed one time. Jotaro, more power to you. That's incredible. That is out of 156 people, a team of 2. In fact, 2 teams, once again we have a team of 2 as Agents of Chaos, but also a team of 2 won this thing and they were the champions. They had the odds super duper stacked against them. Klee honestly lasted a long time too. She was in 40th place, which sounds like it's pretty low, but after 156, that's not bad at all. Jotaro was able to carry that last bit on for her. Congratulations to them. They earned the block for tag team champions. Setsuna's 2nd place, but that earns her Agents of Chaos, and you know, Nagito. Yeah. Does this? Was this the order I picked? Or did I pick Ibuki? I don't remember. But you know what, Jotaro, good on you. You got the block. I believed in you. Kind of, sort of. I kind of did. Congratulations, Jotaro. As we scroll down, I'm gonna do a slow scroll. After we say Ibuki was 4th, Mizuki 5th, Haiji 6th, Mike 7th, Great Gozu 8th, Kaede 9th, and Sonya running off your top 10. We'll do a slow scroll all the way down. And I will say, in addition to your champions with the block, boom, and gloom, Anthropology, Grand Scheme, Brute Force, Alice in Wonderland, and Unhealthy Obsessions, we have now the Trapper and Trappy, Broken Braids, Titty Typhoon, the Mets, Unhinged Commanders, and do you remember joining up to fight in that tag team premiere in Season 12 next Friday? Yep, next Friday. All the way down to Pennyworth, who got last place. Pennyworth, we gotta talk. You are the only one outside of myself who have not won a championship in these games. But you know what? Yeah, I guess I lost to Kazuichi, so bygones. You're okay in my book, Pennyworth. We'll proceed. It all started with Pennyworth getting out, stepping off of his podium too soon. He was a little too eager to prove himself, but it all ended with Setsuna being set on fire by Jotaro. Rest in peace. He's wildin'. Jotaro's going nuts. He's going crazy. He's an all-timer when it comes to tag team action. We talk about Band-Aid, we talk about Kokichi, Nagito, and so, but like, it's Jotaro. Jotaro's our all-timer. Seiko's done it 3 times as well, but Jotaro's done it with 3 different teams. He knows how to find success, and that's a man who not only has gotten this 3 times, but he's finished second so many times prior to this. Good on you, Jotaro. He's come a long way. He's come a long way. We were close to being like, oh yeah, he's the new Silver Medal Mondo. He's come one heck of a long way. 3-time tag team champion, 3 different teams, and he's earned the block here in preseason. Statistics, there he is at the top. Makoto had 6 KOs. He did have a pretty good game. Genocide Jack with 5. Chihiro, Gatekeeper, Himiko, Hiroko, Momo. Jotaro, Kaede, Rendo, and Yui all had 5. Everyone else with 3 or less, because there's such a massive number of people in this episode, and this one's already running real long. So let's go back to the reaping. And let's say, hey, tomorrow, it's gonna be a much shorter game. I don't think we're gonna break an hour tomorrow. It's Ordeal, so we honestly, depending on how it goes, we might not break 45 minutes to that. But this one's always fun. We're gonna scroll down because a lot of these teams, I think a good chunk of these teams are probably gonna break up this season. Because we got some very familiar teams at this point. It's time to let some of them go. Get a little bit of shakeup going on. And we'll see how things unfold. See how people work together with their new teams this next season. And see which teams return. Because we'll see. That's just a big we'll see. Until then, stay classy. Year of the Zenith, Toon Link Dave, Anomaly, the Anomalicars. And hey, I have not decided on teams yet. I'm probably going to start deciding-ish on teams shortly after this episode. But I'll also be out of town, so probably at the start of next week I'll start like piecing together some teams. Go ahead. Leave your tag team suggestions. Go on in for it. Go all out for it. Toodaloo, Flight Crew. Thanks for watching.